You are now tuned into the Wake the Flock Up Network.
This is not your normal lecture on hip-hop. We are going into a more metaphysical, spiritual, philosophical approach to hip-hop. It's more controversial, I must say, at the beginning of this. I don't mean to offend anyone at all, but there's the door.
So we're back here, Casa de Concept. Each one teach one. Yambaka's here.
What up, man?
How you doing?
Mike, what's going on?
Lots to talk about. But first, I want to let you guys know 2016 is the year of the concept. You know, now. Wake the Flock Up. We got a lot of things happening for the network. I don't just talk about Wake the Flock Up. I'm talking about the network in general. We got Popular Nobody with Ariano dropping. Wait till you hear this podcast, Baka.
What is it?
You've never heard a podcast like this one. I'll tell you this right now. It's called Popular Nobody with Ariano. Ariano's the host.
Is that your co-host, right?
No. He's doing his own solo thing. He just sending them to me to make sure everything's good.
I don't know who this is.
Dude,
who is it?
Ariano.
I don't know who it is.
Ariano's a legendary artist, LAOC artist. Uh-huh. He's worked with everyone and anyone. He's the man. But he's on the road a lot, and he approached me. He's a big fan of the show. He's actually an official member of the Wake the Flock Up team. He does our bookings for our higher-end artists, like a little artist that might be a little harder to reach. For me, He has them on his fucking Rolodex, and so he just gives them a call, blah, blah, blah. He's able to hook me up with that. But he's dropping a podcast January 8th on the Wake the Flock Up Network. Amazing. Super amazing.
You heard the first episode?
Dude, I heard the first 3, and I'm fucking, dude, this is my favorite podcast.
Yeah?
Because it's dope.
It's just him by himself?
Him and music, and he just like, once you get to know him, he's a real musical dude. Like, it just comes out of him. He's just like that dude. And it's a beautiful podcast. That's all you can say. It's just like a beautiful piece of audio that he delivers. It's great, 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 great. So that's dropping, and then we're dropping the Save the Hip Hop Culture podcast with Sector 3, the chief and editor of Save the
Did
Hip
you go
Hop
to his
Culture.
show?
Oh, with Salvajes and all them.
Two Max and all of them?
No, how did you go?
I didn't go.
I didn't get a chance to go. I was
just curious.
I'm like you're saying, I'm in the middle of midlife crisis right now, bro.
Yeah, it's hard.
I'm on my bed most of the time, just in the fetal position, crying.
Dude, every time I go on Facebook, you're playing video games.
Am I? Wait, do I say something about video games?
No, that's all you talk about is video games.
That's what I'm doing with my time now, Baka. And you know, and I think like, what is it? Why are we so enticed with video games? I'm thinking because this life is better than the life we're currently living, or it's a release of whatever it is. Right now, I'm playing a video game, and I'm thinking,
well, it's just entertaining. That's at the end of the line. At the end of the day, it's just entertaining. You're not escaping. It's just entertaining.
I'm playing a video game that I thought many a times I'd rather be living in this world than in this one, and it's a real fucked up world. Fallout 4, what happens is nuclear winter, disaster. It's like 200 years after the nuclear war happens, you emerge from a vault that was meant to hide people. You were cryogenically frozen, so you wake up 200 years later, you wake up, and everything's fucked up. Like, you're just a vast wasteland. And it's placed in Boston. So you go to the Boston, to the
all the landmarks.
Dude, everything. And you walk in, there's ghouls and there's monsters. I'm thinking, this is a fucking, like, this is awesome. I want to be this dude right now.
Why?
I don't know, Baka.
You don't want to be that guy, trust me. You
don't that dude never gets laid. He never stops like eat. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a weird situation, but it just seems so inviting, that's what I'm saying. To be living something completely different than what it is. And not that I have a bad life. I just...
You going through a midlife crisis?
I think so.
What else podcasts you doing? I didn't mean to cut you off midstream. You doing Save the Hip Hop?
Save the Hip Hop Culture with Sector 3. That's dropping January 15th. Either way, we're hitting off hard and strong. But yeah, so we got that coming up. We got the Corolla campaign. So Wake the Flock Up on Corolla. We're looking to get that done. And it's going to be a good year for us. So our next focus for the network is to have these shows be generated through all of our Publix, all our stuff. For Wake the Flock Up in particular is going to be live.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to like go and like do a hip hop show and like throw an interview in there, like that kind of stuff. Like somehow start mixing it into where people know that they can come see us live and do interviews and that kind of stuff. But what's up with you?
Working, man. Just working.
You're not working.
I'm working. I'm always working.
Yeah, but you're not
working
working for the man anymore. How's that going?
It's good.
Yeah?
The man ain't bad, man. I think the man gets a bad rap.
You think so?
Yeah, man's just trying to make some money. Give him a bad rap for it.
It's not like a little Jewish white dude.
Nah.
Hidden. He can't see his face, all black.
I don't think so, man.
No,
I think most of the people that we worked for, that we used to work for, are good people trying to make good money.
The company didn't want to lose me.
Yeah.
Dude, they're still bugging me.
That's good. That means you were good at your job.
Dude, I got promoted and they wanted me there and they wanted to keep me. And then when I told them I was leaving, they're like, what?
Well, so you should use that to your advantage, though. Get the hours that you want, or you just don't want to go back.
I've committed myself. Okay, because what I was doing was high-end private security. So it was security for like government buildings and then
like in Friday
personnel and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah, exactly like that. Top security of the world, Craig. That and like private investigation, all that stuff. So it was like the higher end of security,
Yeah.
and I was cool with that. It was fine. And then I got promoted. I was managing like 4 or 5 guys at any given time, and that's cool. But head shaved because they wanted like a clean cut look. They no facial hair.
You can't be mad at them for that, though, right?
No,
You understand it.
No,
like as a grown man, you understand that,
dude.
They don't want this man that's managing 5 people to walk in with a 6-inch beard and have a mohawk.
I'm with it, but that is so against my personality, I think. And
Why?
I fought it for so long, dude. Because I think I just like the
option,
of having it. And for so long, I went against that because I was like, clean shaven, and it's fine. I get it, I understand, but that, and it's also like such a serious role, and so much was depending on you. It was like some serious shit, dude. Like you work with the government on some certain agencies, then you work with local law enforcement, and then you have reports, and you have it's like a lot. And I was like, yo, I'm investing so much time on something that I don't even essentially
that's
care
one thing
about.
that I had to make a choice. I'm going to help this man build his dream, or I'm going to believe in myself and go chase my dream and help build my empire.
And I think that's really what it came down to. Whatever it was not what I wanted to be doing.
And you're only on this planet for a little bit of time, you know?
And you're only young for so little.
Your life's halfway over if we want to be real about it, you know? I don't think you're gonna hit 65, man, but
it would be surprising for me. Like, dude, I didn't think I was gonna live this long.
Yeah.
I just figured somehow
there's a lot of people that I talk to, I don't think that they they're like, yeah, I'm probably going to go out 40, 45. It's just acceptable. I think in hip-hop culture, it's acceptable to just, like, party as hard as you can and just take care of yourself.
And I think it's an artist thing.
Yeah.
I think it's an artist. It's an artist thing to just to the max, get the and then fuck it. Whatever happens, whatever comes, because you're
That's a depressing life, though, if you think about it.
It is, dude.
That's a depressing life.
First of all, being an artist is not fun all the time.
Yeah.
It's a lot of hard work.
It takes a lot out of you, man.
Half
the artists I know are super depressed.
Very daunting impression. And it's not it's because like we really don't have a choice, and people are like, well, you don't have a choice. Like, dude, if I didn't do this, I wouldn't be me, and this is just what I'm here to do, and this is what I'm here to do. Like, there's no way around it. And some people are very happy going to work and come. These people coming home, their day's done. Now I'm gonna lounge on the couch and watch TV the rest of the day. I'm like, yo, I got to be on the computer. I got to make sure I do this, and then I get shit for not. And it's like, yo, come on, man. Like, why? Since when is it wrong to work hard and be engulfed in all this stuff?
But like, they don't, like what we're doing right now. They don't see it as work.
Dude, like right now they're asleep. Yeah. They're chilling, and then they're comfortable in the bed. I'm gonna stay up for at least another 4 hours.
Yeah,
I still gotta edit, clear, blah blah blah, and I couldn't do that if I had work in the morning. So again, it was just getting in the way of what I envision and what I.
But then you have a different set of circumstances than me, though. Like you have people that depend on you. I have, I just gotta keep my overhead as low as possible and just keep hustling, keep grinding, and things are different,
Yeah.
So it's much scarier. But you still grinding your teeth?
I don't even remember. I don't even I haven't even thought about it, to be honest. I got so this other shit going on. But yes, the kids, the wife. I don't want to lose my wife. I don't want to get divorced, but it is foreseeable that it will happen, that it can happen. And I'm old enough to realize that, yes, that is it's a very real thing that can happen.
Listen, half of marriages in the United States end in divorce.
Right.
It's tough, man. It's super tough.
But
listen, I don't like being around myself half the time.
Yeah.
Like, I bug myself. I can't imagine if I'm with somebody else 24/7, you know?
You bug yourself?
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes I just overanalyze things too much, and I go a little stir crazy in my head, you know? Yeah, sometimes I wish I had a vacation for myself.
No, I hear you.
You never feel like that? No, but there's still, listen, I'm super comfortable with myself too. Like, I'll be honest, there's 3 days where I don't talk to anyone else. Like, I'm just super focused on me.
Isn't that
you know?
the best?
Yeah, no, it's awesome, dude.
Dog.
Listen, I go days without talking to people.
I went to go see a movie by myself the other day. It's the best fucking day.
But that's because you're surrounded by people 24/7.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But dude, I've always advocated it, and it's something very simple like that. People are like, tell them, look, if you've never been to the movies by yourself, you've never been to the movies. Go to the movies at 11 o'clock in the afternoon.
But I don't see that though, because when I go to movies with somebody, once that movie starts, I don't talk to nobody for 3 hours.
But they're still there, and it's still, hey, what did he say?
I've never been in movies
I
where
gotta
people
go to the
talk to me.
bathroom.
I've never been in a movie where somebody's talking to me. I've never been to a movie where somebody's talking to me.
Dude, it's the best thing in the world. Though you walk in by yourself, popcorn or soda, whatever.
And there's a difference between that and
Sit.
watching a movie at home by yourself?
Oh yeah.
What's the difference?
I think, dude, I sat there, I kneeled down, I put my hoodie on, and I watched that movie, and it was amazing. It was incredible. It was free. It was just like me and the movie and the story. Like, it was just, for that 2.5 hours, I was nowhere else but there. My mind wasn't on this. I was just, fuck it. I'm going to sit here and get lost in this.
Yeah.
And it helped. It's therapeutic.
But that's not so much you going alone. That's you not pulling your phone out for 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's not you not worrying about something.
And I think
something else
the
for 2
movie
hours.
is kind of the commitment for you not to do that. And it's also the commitment for you not to think.
Which is because it's socially unacceptable. Like, you could be at home, watch the movie, and be on your phone the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
It's socially unacceptable for you to
I
pull
would
out your
go
phone
and
every
work
5 minutes.
at a library if I could.
Yeah.
But then, a lot of noise, and sometimes I do got to respond to calls and stuff like that. It just doesn't work. We're remodeling everything. We're remodeling the inside of the house. I'm gonna get it's like its own space of an office, and we're gonna shut it off so I can just have a desk, a window, some little bit of space. I'll be able to just focus and work.
That's good, man.
It's just, again, as an artist, you need that free space. You need that area where you can work and deliver whatever art. If you're an artist, if you're a painter, if you're an MC, whatever it is, you need to be able to kind of look at your stuff and get to work on whatever it is you need to do.
Without
Kids
outside
and
distractions.
wife and all this, dude. It might sound bad, but they are distractions to whatever it is
anything
you got
you're
going
doing other
on.
than your work is a distraction.
But it sounds like a very selfish way of living, and it might be, but it's just what you have to do. It is very difficult for people to understand, for society to get it, for your moms, for your wife, and then being an artist also comes with thinking about your art all the fucking time and developing and thinking this. So your brain's elsewhere, and it's just fucking gaggle fucking your head,
Yeah, from the outside looking in, it looks super selfish. Seriously.
And you're probably suffering more than anyone.
Yeah.
And then when they leave, you're like, "Oh, why are you leaving? I thought you were going to be here forever." And they're like, "Well, fuck you, you're never there." And it's like, well, you can't really blame them. You're kind of hoping that they understand and they will stick it out through you.
Gone 24/7, and when you're there, you're not there in spirit.
It would be naive of you to think that they would or that they even should, But that's just strife, right? It's part of the process, part of the sacrifice. Sacrifice community, sacrifice your relationship, sacrifice your job.
So what got me fucked up was when we did Thanksgiving drive.
Okay.
We did we gave 10.
Who's we?
Me, Sushi, DJ Nympho, the Anabaka Foundation.
So this is the Anabaka Foundation.
Anabaka Foundation.
Give away turkeys.
We gave, not turkeys, we did 10 meals. Everything that goes with Thanksgiving meal. Turkeys, cranberry sauce, stuffing.
Pre-cooked stuff?
Everything. No. We went to the store and we spent about $600
And you said, here's a turkey, here's a ham.
We put a package together for every family. We bought special bags. We put a turkey in it. We put the little pan to cook the turkey on. We bought milk. We bought butter. We did all this stuff. And
10.
Yeah, 10. We did put 10 meals together. It was about $600, and we delivered. We went to Anaheim. We went to Inglewood.
So how did you choose who to give it to?
They would email us. They would email to AnabachFoundation.com. I feel that the Hernandez family deserves a Thanksgiving meal. They're going through tough times. Or, hey, what's up? I feel like my family could really use this. And we just picked 10. We picked 10. We picked 10 who had the worst story. We want to help out.
Sure.
So we did that. We went all over the city. We went to Anaheim, Inglewood, Pacoima, all over. It was 2 nights. We did 5 families in every night. And we walked in these homes, man. There was like a TV, a whole bunch of mattresses on the floor, and that's about it. Mm-hmm. And you could tell it was like 10 people living there. And there was one family that was living in a hotel, and you could tell there was like 10 of them, because just from what they told me, there was 10 of them living in the hotel. And then the mother was pregnant as well.
Who's 10? As in,
it was 10 family members. Just 10 people living in the hotel.
Mom, dad, and 8 kids?
Mom, grandma, 4 kids, and then one of the kids' son, just a mess. And we did all of this, and then it's not enough, man. It's like, what are you doing? You got groceries for 2 days worth of food. So what do you really do? You ain't do shit, And you gotta do more. And I got all these people saying, "Hey, you guys did such a good thing. Oh my God, it's so awesome." But we didn't do shit. What do we gotta do more? And I don't know how we do more. It really messed me up for a long time.
Yes, it's tough, but you also got to look at it. Yes, physically you gave them 2 days worth of food. Physically, that's what you did. But you gave them a story. You gave them a memory. You gave them the realization that there are some good people in the world. You gave them the more. Dude, you did more than just show up with food.
I don't know. Honestly, it felt like we just showed up with food.
Because that's physically what you did.
Honestly.
But that little 8-year-old kid that saw you walk in was not thinking, yo, there is good people in the world. Or there is, like, dude, that right there could have made,
because listen, if you're in that position,
you don't know the memories that they made.
You get a lot of help. You get people, there's a lot of agencies and things that you could reach out to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You just another day where somebody else is bringing you food, or another day where somebody else is helping you out.
Dude, it's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. Yeah. And I'll tell you something that I went through, and I had the same mentality for like 4 days, like you're saying. Family at Target, a mom and 3 kids. None of them were older than 9. The mom's holding up a sign that says, "Please help, food," and they weren't even like, they were like Romanian. They were just like
you said this story last time. Yeah.
Oh, did I? And I gave them popcorn and water. And to me, I was like, yo, this is like nothing. But to those kids, they were jumping for joy.
Maybe that was the 10th person that gave them popcorn that day. Or that gave them food that day. Yeah.
All I can do is what I can do.
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
And that's what you did. And dude's more than all these people 100%. Are doing.
It just feels like we didn't do shit.
Yeah.
That's at the end of the day. It didn't feel good.
So would you rather not do anything at all?
I don't know. We got to do something, but we got to do more than what we're doing. We got to do something.
You can't feed everyone.
Yeah, I know. We could try though.
And you can't stop everyone from having kids if they can't afford them. You can't stop the kid with the kid.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Eventually, something has to happen, right?
Right. But that doesn't involve you, Baca.
No. Well, what happens though?
In that family, something.
Something has to happen.
Someone needs to get a fucking job. Someone needs to step up. Something.
Listen, a job's not going to solve an issue.
No, but it's going to bring in money, maybe move into a separate room, attached, or stop fucking if you can't afford the kids. Like, yo, like seriously, when people have no legs and they ask me for money, like, yo, absolutely. You're my age. You come to me and you ask me for money, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, there's times where I'm at 7-Eleven or something. There's one dude in particular. He's probably 10 years older than me.
Okay.
But he's like super built. Like he's a super strong dude. And he's like 6 inches taller than me. And he seems like he's all there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's always asking for money. And I used to give him some money. I don't give him shit no more because it's like, yo, what are we doing out here? You look like you're super capable of having
10
at least
years,
a labor
he's 30.
job. You know what I'm
saying?
He's
a 30-year-old dude.
Yeah, it looks like he's about 35, maybe 40 years old.
Go
super
in
built.
there and ask to sweep the fucking store for minimum wage, bro. That's something. Yeah. You know what it is? There's no more shame in the world. We're kind of guiding off our stuff of what you're saying. But there's no more shame. There's no more shame in asking, handing out money. There's no more shame in seeing your kids and your kids seeing you fucking blow a dude for 20. Like, there's just no more shame. There's none. There's zero. It's gone.
There's no shame. If you go on Facebook all day, you see it. You see these videos that people are posting, this and this. What do? You gotta
Rolling
bring shame
up
back.
a blunt.
But if you
fucking, here's a line, here's a beer.
If you try to bring shame back to the world, you're the bad guy.
Yes,
you know that.
You can't judge.
Yeah, you can't
I
judge.
judge people all the fucking time.
But
and I talk about it all the time.
Society says you can't
Society
judge.
can suck a dick.
Yeah,
Because
society says you
society
can't
is
judge.
not social, and society is not civilized anymore. There's no more... Dude, people...
But, you know, they play it like we're more educated now.
Oh, yeah.
We're more open to
and
this.
we
And
talked
more open
about
to
this. This whole, I'm offensive. I'm offended. That's a horrible survival trait, first of all. It's fucking horrible, terrible.
Just get offended off something anybody says.
Because I'm more advanced than you. I'm more evolved than you. So therefore, my refined sensibilities.
That offends me when you say
Oh,
that.
how dare...
Yeah.
Like, first of all, fuck you. Get offended by that. Second, if I'm saying something that's the truth, dude,
But you
truth
think
is not measured by mass
You think you're
appeal.
telling the truth, though. They think they're
Am I telling the truth?
But they think they're telling the truth as well.
Do they?
They really think so. You tell a lie long enough, you think it's true.
Oh, there you go.
100%.
It doesn't make it not a lie.
Yeah. In your mind, you don't know that you're lying.
Right. You convince yourself.
Yeah, you convince yourself.
And you convince yourself that you're
what
offended
doing.
that Sofia Vergara got spun around on stage, so there's a big controversy.
Yeah.
Did
What
you?
is that? No.
She was on the Golden Globes. She's a comedian. They did a comedic bit where they're like, she was walking up on stage and the stage started rotating, so she just keeps rotating with the stage and like kind of like she was lost, like what the fuck's happening? And then she walks off and gets her award. It was a bit. Uh-huh. Oh, they're putting females up on a pedestal and everybody went crazy. Yeah. And she's like, yo, she's obviously doing a bit. Oh, no, she was, men were glamour. You know, it's like, those are the bullshit. It's like, that's the kind of...
Happens every day,
no,
man.
who is offended by that?
Happens every day.
Not one person was offended.
But it makes
Everyone
you important.
pretended to be
it
offended.
It makes you important if you're offended by it. It brings you in the conversation.
Me too.
The attention
It's
gets
a
off.
me too. She thinks you're cold.
No. So, yeah, man, it brings you into the conversation.
Yeah, it makes you important. It makes you part of what's
Look at
happening.
me. I'm so educated. I'm so better than these people. I don't
In
know,
the
man.
caveman days, you would have fucking been the first one to die.
Yeah. But we shouldn't live in the caveman days, but we shouldn't live in the super sensitive 2016 that we live in.
You shouldn't live
We
in
have to find the
fake-
middle.
You shouldn't live in fakeness at all, regardless of what age in life you're living. If you're
But what is
faking
fakeness?
something,
What is fakeness, though?
dude? This is
There has to be a line where you're somewhat polite about what you're
oh,
saying.
listen. I'm not saying
Yeah.
you be polite,
But
and
people
not
say,
fake the
yo,
funk.
but the new thing is I keep it 100. I keep it 100. You probably shouldn't keep it 100 or 100% of the time. Keep it a cool 90.
Yes, no, keep it
a cool
100,
90.
but don't keep it 100% of the time.
Yeah, keep it a cool 90. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me about my music, I'll be honest about it. If you're asking me, hey, do you think my wife looks fat in this dress?
Yeah.
No, she looks great. You know what I'm saying? You keep it. Be honest, though. You don't want to say, yeah, your wife looks hideous, you know?
Yeah.
That's the truth. You don't want to say that. You want to keep it cool 90. You ask me about your music, that's different.
Because there's other words that you could use besides hideous.
So what are you going to say? Does my wife look fat in this?
Be like, maybe there's some, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta
Or you could just say
something.
No, or you could just say, yeah, she looks great. Because that's not going to
man,
affect
that's
you.
fine.
That's not going to affect you if his wife
Like,
looks hideous or not.
First of all, fuck the guy that's asking you.
Yeah.
that.
But there's people that ask about that. How many times do people ask you to check out their music?
All the time.
But they're not expecting you an honest answer. They
Oh,
want you to
and
say
then
it's great.
when they get it, I
You're
get
an
shit.
asshole, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, I remember.
And what do you say? What do you say?
You know what you have to do in that situation? It's the same thing that I told my wife when she got upset about something we talked about this show, actually.
Yeah.
She got upset about it, that I said it. And I told her, I am not going to apologize for anything I say on any other podcast. Because the minute that I start apologizing for what I say,
start
it's a
censoring
fucking
yourself.
floodgates of,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So no. Look, this is said for entertainment purposes and for adults to hear and blah, 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 this shit. If you're offended, stop listening. That's what I told you. Well, you shouldn't be saying that. You're married, man. You can't be talking about girls. You can't be doing that. Like,
Yeah.
look, I didn't say I fucked anyone. I didn't say
It's
a
not
joke.
wrong to be attracted to somebody, right?
Relax. No,
No, I mean, it's just human nature.
yeah. Or, yes, and it wasn't like, it was like I was goggling a girl. It was like, no, it was just we brought up, I think, someone that we wanted to fuck, whatever it was, and she got upset. And why are you bringing that up? You're a married man. I'm like, yes, well, I'm not going to apologize. So don't
Yeah.
come that way because I cannot. Because if I do, it's done. I got to watch myself what I say all the time. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. You got to keep it a cool 90. Don't
But
keep it 100
90.
all the time. Keep it a cool 90.
And it's better that way. It's more respectful.
But it's
and
not.
live
It's
your
not.
life.
Everyone keeps it 100.
Man.
And I hate that when I see stuff like that. Like I keep it 100 or I'm as real as they get.
It's bullshit.
I don't want to hear that.
It's the same thing I told my wife when we watch. She loves watching Forensic Files, and it's always like, "You're gonna go to jail if you don't tell us who's in it."
Yeah.
Dude, everyone snitches. There's not one fucking person that's going to take a murder rap for your ass.
I don't think everyone snitches.
Dude.
I don't think
You
everyone
think
snitches.
anyone will take a murder rap for Baca?
No, not me. But I'm not in that lifestyle, though.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Baca
It's different.
shoots someone. I see him. And
But I
your
would never
concept, you don't tell us
I would
you
never
were there,
shoot. Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. No, man, my boy Baca, yo,
Yeah.
yo, I don't know. Oh, okay, life. Nah, it's not going to happen.
That's different, though. We're not in that lifestyle.
No one keeps it 100.
We're not in that
That's what I'm
lifestyle,
saying. They
though.
keep it 100 until it's appropriate. It benefits them to keep it 100.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if Dr. Dre drops something terrible, Dr. Dre asks you as an artist, like, what you think about shit, they're not going to keep it 100 right there.
But what would you do if Dr. Dre says, hey, Concept, I've been listening to your podcast. I love it. I want to send you my new album before anyone else hears it. What do you think?
Yep.
And it's average at best. What do you say?
It's average at best.
At best. At best, it's average.
Again, now this is one of those times where you don't have to say hideous or fat. You can kind of work around it and not be.
So what do you say?
I don't know. Be like, okay, this is your new album. Glad to hear you're finally dropping something. I think some people are really gonna love this album. I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna do good for you. Blah blah blah. Never said your shit was average. Never. You can work.
So what's
your
the
way
difference
around
between
it.
Dr. Dre asking you, how does my new album sound, and local dude from down the street asking you how does it sound as average at best? Just because you want to please Dr. Dre?
I think I would give them the same answer if
It was average at best?
they're asking me to face to face. I'm not, dude. I am not here in this business to tell you that this album is terrible, bro.
Yeah.
Like, good, but I'll probably give you the same answer. Like, yo, some people are really gonna dig it. I think it's gonna do good. There's people I've interviewed who I don't think are that good. But as an artist, as a person, I want to speak to them. I think they're interesting, they're entertaining, blah blah blah. Then I'll have them on. And but I'm also not gonna have someone that I think is hurting. You know what I mean? Like,
What do you mean that's hurting?
that's hurting the culture. Or like I'll never have like a Slim Thug on or something like that.
What's wrong with Slim Thug?
There's no
Are
reason.
you kidding? Slim Thug makes awesome music, man.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not sure who Slim Thug and Young Thug are. I get those two confused.
That's so bad.
Which was the one with the
'Cause you
dreads?
always say you're the number
Which one with the locks?
hip hop podcast in the world, and you know the difference between Slim Thug and Young Thug.
Yeah,
Slim
well,
Thug's the I'm a boss.
Which was the tall one with the?
That's
with
Young Thug.
okay, Young.
You wouldn't
Thug.
have Young Thug on your
Well, Young
album?
Thug's not hip hop, so I'm not
But
gonna
you wouldn't
listen to
have
that.
him on?
No.
But if you talk
No,
about,
no,
but you
no.
talk about you have people on that
Can you imagine the conversation,
you don't
Bronco?
really like the music,
Yeah.
but you think they're interesting. You can't say he's not interesting. You definitely have to think he's interesting.
I don't want to talk to the man.
Why? He's definitely interesting. You
Is
could
it?
dude? Just imagine a debate you could have with him. No, that's honest though.
Again, because I don't think he'll be able to converse with me.
That's not true. That's not true. If they sent you an email right now saying Young Thug wants to get on because of the things you said in past episodes,
I would screenshot it and then post it on look at the Young Thug things he can
and
get
you
on
would
my show.
never, and you wouldn't say no.
Wouldn't do it.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
I wouldn't do it.
Doesn't make any sense.
How-
You can't. You could say you don't like his music, but you can't say he's not interesting.
Okay, but is it something that I want to push through my channels?
You don't have
Something
to
that I
push him.
want to attach to myself, dude.
Not push him.
And I'll tell you,
Not push him.
Droops
Not push
puts
him.
my logo on
Not
every
push
single
him,
flyer.
Not push him, but you have a conversation with him.
What?
You
If
call him
he's
out
on
things,
my show,
you call him out on things that you believe he shouldn't be doing.
if he's on my show, he's taking somebody's slots. That means I gave him consideration and think he'll.
He's interesting. You should have interesting people on your show.
Yeah,
Do you agree with half the stuff Donald Trump says?
Donald Trump.
Yes.
I'm not gonna jump on a bandwagon and tell you that I know exactly what his
Yeah.
plans are because I don't know him. Maybe
got
he has
you.
good shit. Maybe he doesn't.
Would you have him on your show? It's stupid. The fact that you're thinking about this long, you would have him on your show. And I honestly believe that you would have Young Thug on your show as well.
You think so?
100%.
You think Young Thug sends me an email
100%.
or a tweet? Hey, yo, Concept,
I heard you been talking about me. Let's sit down
talking
and talk
about
about
shit,
it.
son.
And you would say no.
Where's he from?
New Orleans?
Oh, he's an Orleans dude.
Something like that. I don't know.
Dude,
You
he
wouldn't
just
have him on.
seems wildly ignorant to me, though.
But he's interesting though.
But ignorant.
You could say half the stuff Donald Trump says is ignorant as well.
Yeah.
But you would have him on your show. Would you have Hillary Clinton on your show? Would you have Hillary
Would
Clinton
I
on
have
your show?
Hillary Clinton on the show? First, I want to know why she wants to be on my show. That would be
She
super.
wants to appeal to the urban demographic of Orange County.
Uh-huh.
Would you have on your show?
I think I would have Hillary Clinton on the show.
Of course you would have Hillary Clinton.
Yeah,
Of course you would
Clinton.
have Donald Trump, and you would have Young
I
Thug
wouldn't
too.
have it, no.
You would have Young Thug without a question. Without a question.
Slim Thug's the dark dude, right? The real tall, big dude.
He's super tall.
Okay.
I'm a boss. Slim Thug makes great music, man.
I kind of like Slim shit. I like Slim
You
Thug
don't like
shit.
him that much if you thought he was Young Thug.
No, I just the thug thing confuses me.
You can't say you're the number one hip hop podcast and keep getting people confused.
Well, Young Thug's not hip hop.
He's a different type of hip hop. You can say Slim Thug's not hip hop then.
No, I kind of I like that style. I like the southern
but
shit.
you don't like Young Thug style, so he's not hip hop.
I don't
just because you don't like it,
dude. When I tell you, there's a lot of categories that I kind of base people I support in, and people I listen to, and people I invest time in. And one of those things is like, yo, I've seen enough interviews with this dude to where it's like, yo, this he really doesn't have.
You could say you think he's ignorant, but you can't say he's not hip hop just because you don't like that style of hip hop.
It's not the hip hop that I'm promoting.
Okay, but you can't say he's not hip hop though.
Okay.
So that's a different story then.
All right.
It's not the type of hip hop you're promoting.
It's not the kind of hip hop I want. It's not the kind of hip hop that's helping. It's not the kind of hip hop that's contributing to the culture. It's not the kind of hip hop that is.
Everybody has contributes to the culture.
Huh?
Everyone that you have on your show is doing something great for the culture of hip hop.
No, because not everyone loves it the way I love it.
So what's the difference? Young Doug probably doesn't love it the way you love it.
He's hurting it more than
Why
he's
is he
helping
hurting
it.
it?
Oh, dude,
Why?
it's ignorant. It's ignorant.
There's a lot of ignorant music out there.
Yeah, not on my show.
Okay. I strongly believe if they hit you up, you would have them on. 100%.
All right.
100%.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to tell you about that. I'm fairly confident that I would not have him on.
And if Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton or anyone else running for president hit you up, you would have them on your show.
Donald Trump would be funny though, I think, to have. Yeah. It'd be a but Donald Trump's an intelligent businessman.
You could say listen, you haven't heard about people dumbing themselves down? They've been doing it in hip hop for years.
Then I don't even want to fucking talk to you.
If you dumb yourself down, you dumb you don't want to talk to him?
You're pretending to be dumb.
There's a lot of people in hip hop that do that. There's a lot of people in hip hop that do that.
Why can't you be you?
JC said if lyrics sold, truth be told, I'll probably be Talib Kweli. It's just the truth, man. It's not. Jay-Z dumbs himself down all the time.
Talib Kweli is Talib Kweli.
Yeah.
Jay-Z could do it too if he wanted to.
He said he would have that type of music.
He's going through the easiest route to make the money.
He's dumbing himself down.
That's what I'm saying.
You have Lupe, if you ask him a song, dumb it down. 75% of hip hop dumbs themselves down. 2 Chainz graduated from a 4-year university with a 3.8 GPA. You don't think he's a lot smarter than he comes across in his music?
I
graduated from a 4-year university, 4 scholarship.
I'm sure
with
he's
a 3.8 GPA.
I'm sure he's smarter, but why would you do that? Again, it comes down to morals and standards and certain things that you should be abide to. Like I told you, man should have a code. It should be a way that you live.
If you dumb yourself down, maybe you reach more people than you would if you're super
with
intelligent.
Dumber lyrics. What's the good of reaching people if your message is dumbed down?
3.8 GPA.
I think
4 scholarship from a 4-year university.
You're looking at it.
You don't think he's way smarter than what he comes across?
You're looking at it monetarily. Because you're like, hey, man, he's making money. Hey, man, he's successful. Hey, man, he's this. It's like, yes, but what is he doing with it?
Not that at all.
What is it?
Not that at all. But you can't say, if somebody dumps himself down, you don't want him on your show.
I think at some point, for song structure and song to kind of deliver a song, like an actual tuning song, you kind of have to play towards that. So you can't be all super high strung and no choruses. You need to have, you can't
do a 50-minute freestyle.
There needs to be not every song can be that, but you can have a 50-minute freestyle. That's dope. But not every song can be that. That I understand.
But not every song 2 Chainz does is like that though.
Okay.
That's just the songs he forward.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you gotta be a little bit
just
more
the songs he's put out?
No, the songs that you hear.
Or just the songs that I've come across.
You haven't listened to his album, have you?
Right.
B-sides. The B-sides, man.
B-sides are always bad, I think. I always want to hear the B-sides. I'm sure Jay-Z has some shit that I haven't heard that I'll be like, oh, this is dope. You know what I'm saying?
But he does.
But just the stuff that I heard, it just doesn't make me want to listen to any more Jay-Z.
I don't know, man. You can't call yourself number one hip-hop podcast and just be closed-minded.
Number one, baby.
But you have to be a little bit open-minded to everything.
I'm with it. Look, dude, I had Slum. Slum's not my type of music, but Slum's a real dude, and that's why I have him on.
Young Thug is probably, this is what Young Thug grew up in. This is who Young Thug is. That's
probably
who he is.
You think that's the real him?
Yeah.
Okay, what about someone like Riff Raff?
That's probably him. He's just, seriously, he's a super ignorant dude that gets high all the time. That's him. Just because you don't like who he is doesn't mean he's not being real.
But that's the beauty of being able to plus also the audience that you're building. You got to think about that. It comes to the responsibility that you have to your fans, Baka.
I guarantee you, everyone will listen to that Young Thug interview just because the interesting conversation you guys could have. You feel one way, he feels another way. You don't want to do a show every time with everyone that agrees with you. Nobody wants to listen to that.
I feel like he would just tell me he's iced out every 5 minutes.
I don't know, man.
I feel like he would just point out the fact that he has money and validate his point that way.
Maybe that's what he strongly believes, though.
That because he has money, his point is validated, not
That's what he
fact
believes. That's what he believes, man. Look at you tell yourself a lie so much it becomes truth in your mind.
Okay, Baco, if you meet someone like that on your everyday life, you're gonna want to stop talking to that person the minute you find that out.
Find what out?
You meet a dude that you don't like. You say you're a people person. Example. I'm a people person. Okay. Mm-hmm. So you go and you converse with every person in that room. You meet that one person you really don't want to talk to. You're eventually going to be like, okay, thank you. And you're going to move on to the next person.
Yeah, 100%.
Same shit here. If I meet someone.
But you've never met that person. You just look at that person. You
well,
assume
think about the people that
you look at that
on.
person, you assume, okay, this is what he's going to say. And then, so I don't want to talk to him.
But here's the beauty of like videos and interviews and stuff. You get that perspective a little bit at least before you meet them. A complete stranger, you don't get that. You don't get that credibility. But people I have on the show, I've had communication with them because I do all the booking, I do all the research, and I do all this stuff. So there's some way of me knowing at least what to expect a little bit from them. And
I just think it'll be a good conversation.
Okay.
It'll be a good debate. That's what you want. You want to have good debates. You want to have good conversations with people.
Yes. Well, for this show, we debate all the time. For Wake the Flock Up is a little bit different of an approach.
Not debate, but you want to get different aspects.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
You want to get different ways of life.
I told AM wanted to come back on the show.
You said what?
I told AM wanted to come back on the show.
You should do it.
And talk. And I told him he could.
100%.
You
should have him on this show.
You want to have him on this one?
So then we can talk about it.
So I spoke to him face to face, and I told him, what happened when I saw him, and I told him that the review, I stand by the review. I told him I could have delivered it a little bit more professional in a certain manner. Yes, and for that I apologize. But I told him, I thought to myself, if I ever see him, because I knew he was going to be there.
Yeah,
you have to point out the fact that you stand by that review. That delivery could have been done more professionally. Because if the minute I start backtracking on it, then I lose credibility even in his eye. He's like, oh, this was a bitch, bro. Like, it's just never going to be,
100%.
And you both walk away happy, shake hands, and it was good.
But that's not going to affect your life, though, That situation's not going to affect your life. Even if he wasn't happy, it is what it is.
Yes. It wouldn't affect my life, well, it might. Because what am I doing? What am I trying to do? I'm trying to be this hip hop personality. If I start having issues with everyone, it kind of would.
You're going to have issues in your life.
And I welcome them. And that's why I don't back up from doing bars or doing this or doing that. It's like, fuck it, let's do it. That's why I talk like this. That's why I say this stuff. Because if anything that can open up a hip hop dialogue, I'm for. Because eventually.
But that conversation with Young Doug would open up a hip hop dialogue.
I think you're right.
1,000,000% it would open up a hip hop dialogue.
Well, all right.
I'll set it up.
All right. Make it happen.
So you said Droops puts your logo on every flyer.
Every flyer.
And you don't like that?
No.
I'm with
it. Because
so your Wake the Flock Up. Your Wake the Flock Up logo is on a Young Thug flyer. How does that what's the difference?
It's been on a who was it?
You don't like it. It's bottom line.
No.
But what's the difference between having him on the show and having your flyer stamped on this? Have your logo stamped on the flyer.
With Out the House Productions is my flyer will go on every single one of your logos, and your flyer will go on my website. We will talk about the shows and promote them and retweet it or something. That's the deal. So he could have fucking whoever the fuck he wants, and my logo will be there on there. He invites me to shit, and I'm just like, come on, dog. I'm not gonna go with this, dude. He sent me to that. But I
don't know what the difference is. I don't know what the difference is.
To what?
What's the difference between your logo being stamped on every flyer and you having somebody on the show? Hey, we're having a Young Doug at the Observatory. We would love to have. He wants to get a quick interview. You mind doing it? Nah, I can't do it.
The difference is I don't have a say in it, and here
That's even
I
worse.
have a say in it.
That's even worse.
Well,
because now you're giving your brand. You're putting your brand in somebody else's hands.
You have to. You have to approach business a certain way, right? And the best way to
having Young Doug, Hillary Clinton, or Donald Trump is great for business.
The best way to approach this particular business is to be as less ruckus as possible. So you don't want to be calling them and tugging them and bugging them. What you want to do is kind of have a wide span, because the minute you start doing, they'll find someone to replace your logo quick. So you want to, I believe in Droops. I believe in the Observatory. I believe in Orange County hip hop, and the shows need to be promoted right and then to be done. And it is what it is. They're also very picky on who they give the Observatory to. Yes, anyone with enough money can get it, I'm sure.
Oh, but they're not trying to pursue hip hop though. They're trying to put on who's hot.
Yeah. They're trying to put, and
But
whoever they had
there wasn't
on is
anything
hot.
wrong. There wasn't anything wrong with that though. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you can't say this. It's okay to believe in doing this when it's my show, but when it comes to my logo, it's a little bit different, right?
Again, here I have the choice, and I don't want to invest the time and moment and editing and dude, because whatever it is, say whatever it is. If you're on the show, I'm somehow backing you.
Yeah.
Because you're on my show. I agreed to make this
But you could have people on
happen.
your show that you do not get along with for debate.
I did like how Adam and Kevin talked. Remember,
Yeah.
and it was like,
And that's entertaining.
Adam was
great. fucking
fucking pissed at the end of the conversation.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what, fuck it, forget it.
It's a great debate. That's what you want. You want to have good conversations. I talk to people that we don't have anything alike. We don't have the same beliefs because you get good conversations. You get knowledge.
Comes to
You have to
one
open
of
your
my
mind.
subjects that we finally get to knock out, and I just want your opinion.
Yeah.
And Baca is a very intelligent, and you're very common sense reigns a lot, I think, in your brain.
Yeah.
And you're very like, yo, I'm good, you're good. Don't fuck with me. I'm not fucking with you. Let's live life. I got shit to do anyways.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes.
I gotta approach it, and I was looking for it, but nobody really submitted their stuff, and I understand it. I wanted to get like the gay perspective of a hip hop artist.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, if you're gay, submit your music. I got all girls, no dudes.
Who'd you get?
Girls, chicks, I don't know.
Well, no gay. What's wrong with that?
I'm with it.
You want the male gay perspective.
I want the
Is what you should
male
have said.
MC perspective.
What's wrong with women's gay
Nah,
perspective?
yeah, we'll touch base
Because it's
on
a little
that.
bit more acceptable.
But what I'm saying, dude, can you imagine the struggles of a gay male MC?
In 2016, it's a lot easier now.
You think, but
I
there's
know
none
it is.
out.
I know it is. There's gay rappers out. I get hit up.
Who says I'm gay?
I know there's 2 rappers in particular that hit me up all the time about getting on shows and things
Dude,
of that nature.
I want to talk to them.
Okay, I'll set it up.
But
I think you
how
already
does
spoke to
Baca
Casper.
feel
Didn't you
with
speak
it?
to Casper already?
Is Casper gay?
No,
I was like, hey, Casper's got kids.
you should say that.
He's coming on, though. He's coming on the show.
That's good, man. Dude, I get hit up by gay rappers all the time.
Oh, you do? Okay. What's up? Need your number and shit, trying to spit?
Nah, they want to get on shows.
Trying to
man.
holler,
They
whatever.
want to get on shows.
Bet they are. How does Baca feel personally?
About gays?
Yeah.
You live your life, I live my life.
Okay.
I'm fine.
How would you feel about a gay MC?
There's a lot of gay MCs.
So you don't have any issue?
Young Thug dresses up as a woman.
Hey man, that's your boy. I can see you riding hard with them. I'm not touching base.
But it's 2016. It's getting a little strange out here.
It
know?
is.
It's getting a little strange out here.
It is, but so Baca personally doesn't have any issue putting him on We the West or any other show or anything like that.
The only thing I don't agree with is some of these rappers that they submit to music. It's a little raunchy, and that doesn't fit through the demographic that we have at We the West.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I give you a chance. I give anybody else a chance.
Yeah.
Dude, listen.
You're not open-minded, Baca.
Listen.
Why are you not open-minded?
Listen.
You're not just laying people in. Hey, man, you can't say that kind of hip-hop is not the right kind of hip-hop
Say it all
for
the
your
time,
show,
man.
Okay, you can't do that.
West Hollywood was a disgusting place, a nasty place.
And you
Silver
don't even
Lake-
like gentrification. You're even complaining about
Silver
it.
Lake was a disgusting
Cleans
place.
it up.
Nasty place.
Yeah.
The huge gay population in both cities. It's an awesome place to live now.
You think it would be grosser
Awesome place
with
to
gay
live.
men?
That's so ignorant, dude. That's so ignorant.
You think it'd just be like
That's
lube
so
and
ignorant, man.
but cleaner
Listen, just
somehow.
because somebody's gay doesn't mean they're just in the parking lot sucking somebody off, dude.
I think 98% of that's true.
You're crazy. Dude.
No, but I hear
You're crazy.
look. I'm and people get thrown off, but I'm not even with it when it's girls. Like to me, it's just
You don't believe it's right.
I don't care. I don't believe it's right, but I don't give a shit at the end of the day. Like it really doesn't affect me. And like I'm busy.
In my mind, there's no difference between the 2 gay men and the dude that's cheating on his wife with 6 other women. You know, if we're going to judge these men, why don't we judge this man? Okay?
Dude, come on. I'm
Listen, man.
for it. You should be judging adulterers and rapists and druggies. You should be fucking saying something. Say something.
Yeah, but what this man's doing with his life isn't my business. So.
Exactly. That's why I look at it with the same
but
perspective.
the man with his wife or the 2 men?
But I'm
It's
not
my
with
business.
it. I'm not into it. I don't dig it. I don't
Yeah,
get this whole.
You shouldn't. If you're a straight man, you shouldn't be into it.
Even when I tell people, even when it's like the whole girl on girl thing, like, yo, I'm not.
Yeah.
That's not even my kind of porn, bro. Like,
Yeah.
just throws me off. I remember looking at it when I was a kid, like going to like Knott's and watching like, these girls make out, and on paper, 2 girls
Yeah.
making out is awesome. But when you outside, I was like, oh dang, like.
I think it's awkward when you see anybody make out, man.
There you go. But it was
it's true.
super odd. But I think if I was just scanning the room and I saw a guy and a girl kiss, my head would just move like this. But if I saw 2 chicks making out, I would just be like this and just trying to keep coming back to it, like unintentionally. And you know what I'm saying? Like it would just be like super weird.
Listen, man, whatever they doing with their life is fine with me.
Right.
I'm over here. I'm in this lane.
You're cool with it.
But you feel a certain way about gay MCs?
And so the reason I wanted to bring this up is, I shouldn't even say nothing, but I brought it up on, didn't even bring it up on the show. We were at 2Mex's house. We're sitting there discussing it, and somehow it comes up.
Why doesn't 2Mex know who I am, dude? I've met 2Mex like 5 times. I have to introduce myself every time.
Did you know that was the ongoing joke with me and 2Mex? That I've met him so many times, he still doesn't know my name? So
you should know
now
why.
every time I meet 2Mex, he introduces himself to me as a joke.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hey, how you doing? My name's Alex.
I met 2Mex like 5 times. You should know who I am.
Exactly. Whatever. So we're at 2Mex's house and we're discussing it, and it comes up, and 2Mex tells me, dude,
Why do I care if 2Mex knows who I am, though?
it is bug. It
Why
is
do
bug.
I care? Yeah, why do I care about that?
It's
There's
just-
some people I'm like, why does it, dude? I've met you like 5 times, but I shouldn't care. Though.
It's the way.
Because you know what? I do that to people. Hey, what's up, Parker? Nice to meet you.
No, you haven't met the same person that many times and not remember them.
But there's people I meet, introduce myself twice to.
It's
But
the
you
way
could- you-
twice.
There's a group
Yeah.
there's a group of people, and you walk in, you say, "Hey, what's up, man?" What I do is say, "Hey, what's up, Baka?" I shake hands. Hey, what's up, Baka? Hey, thanks for coming, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I shook your hand. Doesn't mean that we met. So if I
Yes.
see you again, don't be like.
But
don't be
why
like,
are we
"Oh,
so
met."
memorable to people, but they're not memorable to us?
Nah, that's
Because I think some people
that's
are
being big headed.
I think some people are more memorable than other
there's
people.
people that have stronger personalities than others.
Yeah.
Well, I must not have that biggest personality if 2Mex doesn't know who I am.
No,
The 5th time talking
No,
to him.
2Mex is a special case.
Why? 'Cause he's special?
2Mex does it.
2Mex is a strange cat.
The reason it bugs you is because he does it so nonchalant that it's like, fuck, yo. Like,
Yeah,
the
but,
way he just
dude,
kind
those rappers that I meet and I introduce myself 5 times. Those rappers that have been on a show of mine that I introduce myself to again. Well, man, because listen, think about this next week to West we got like probably got 40 people. I've communicated with all of them through email, through text, whatever it is. We could talk for 2 weeks. I've never met you in person, you know, and I'm not going to click on your profile picture and memorize how you look, you know.
There's so many of them, and there's only a few of us. And some people.
Listen, there ain't a few of us. There's a lot of us more and more every day.
Yeah.
That's your fault too, because you give him the cosign. Breaks my heart.
Who
Breaks my heart.
do I co-sign you don't like that I co-sign?
Every time I go on Facebook, you're promoting a flyer hosted by Wake the Flock Up.
Yeah.
And every time it breaks my heart.
Oh,
man.
you don't like when I work with certain people.
Listen, if it was up to me, there would be no shows thrown in LA by anybody else. That's just honest truth, though. But that's just honest truth. Just look at Nike. If it was up to Nike, they would be the only people in California selling shoes.
Okay.
It's just, you know.
No, but see, this is the kind of thing you got to tell me.
Nah, listen,
Because-
but I'm not here to stop you from making
No,
money, though.
but
I'm not here to
I
stop you
have
from making
taken
money.
considerations and done things
Yeah.
because you said, hey, concept, this is this and this is that. And because of the relationship that we have, I go, you know what?
But it isn't anything that keeps me up at night.
Well, I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I know.
If
I got
it
you.
if it did and it has, you've approached me and I've taken care of it.
I got you.
And,
Listen,
and
it's,
that's what I'm willing to
what
do.
I tell you before the microphone turned on, it's everything's smack URL, the biggest battle rap arena. Everything ain't done, people copy. Yes, and the number one thing is you can't copy respect. You could do the same type of shows. I mean, you could do the same type of shows. You could even book the same type of battlers, but you're not going to get the same respect. You're not going to get people paying $100 to come see the battlers just because your league isn't up there yet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Diddy and Busta Rhymes on at your battles, giving away $10,000.
And what happens is because you're trying so soon and you're not there, you're gonna fall flat.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't understand. And that's why I tell you it's a slow burn. A slow, continuous
there
burn.
isn't anything wrong with taking your time and building up your empire.
And this month you
and
might
doing
not be
your
as
thing.
high as you were last month, but as long as you're maintaining a certain
Exactly.
speed, you'll be good. You're
But
gonna be
people,
good.
even in business
But
all the time.
I'm learning this barely
No,
now.
I got you. But in business, whether it be you open up a cupcake factory, you do a tire shop, whatever. If you try to expand too fast, you're not going to be able to keep up with that production, and you're going to go out of business. That's just honest.
You go
truth.
too slow, not enough customers are going to return. You got to, and if you're fucking opening up a cupcake shop and you're trying to battle Hostess, you're going to lose, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
It just doesn't. You need to make your own, and that's why you shouldn't
realistic
copy.
about what's going on.
But the reason that I brought it up was because I was just like wondering, I don't have any. It's not my thing sexually. That's on you. I don't have anything against him. I'm not gonna go beat you up because you're gay. That's on you too. I don't have any issues having him on my shows. I'm cool with it. I was just wondering where you were at with that. Like
as far as like booking an MC that's gay.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm sure. I never doubted that you would have an issue with it. I never thought about that. But when we went to Two Mix Sounds, we're discussing, and he goes, "Dude, you've had people on your show." He told me
that are gay,
and you don't know it.
Nah, there's no way.
And I told him, "Are you serious?" And he goes, "Look, man,
I don't think anyone you've had on your show is gay."
I think.
Who did he tell you was gay?
He didn't tell me. He wouldn't tell me. He goes, "Bro, trust me." And when I was sat down with him, I got that vibe that he was at least.
How do you get that vibe?
He was maneuvering around the fact he didn't want to talk about that.
About his relationship?
Yeah.
You shouldn't talk about your relationship.
And I get that, but I got the gay vibe off of him.
Yeah, because he wouldn't talk about his relationship?
No, the vibe, the energy, the flow, the movements of hands.
If I'm a rapper, like, you can't make yourself too out there. You know what I'm saying? You can't freaking.
Why would you think that I haven't had one? Dude, we've had like 150 some episodes. You don't think one person?
All the episodes I've seen, I haven't seen anyone that's
You
gay.
don't think any of those one people could possibly be gay?
Dude, in 2016, I don't think it's a big deal if you come out being gay. Maybe in hip hop, it's a lot.
In hip hop, it still is. Dude, Busta Rhymes loudly declares that he's anti-gay hip hop. Like he
believes in.
But
it's not anti-gay hip hop. He doesn't believe in men wearing skirts and dresses and don't feminize yourself. I believe that 100%.
Yeah.
You gotta be a strong man in this planet.
Exactly.
Don't feminize yourself. Mm-hmm. But what I was gonna say is like, man, if you're a rapper, I see these rappers like tagging the mom and the brother and the sister, and then you go back to like that sister. If you have a sister in hip hop, don't ever tag your sister because all these rappers are gonna add your sister. 100%. Dude, rappers are the most disrespectful people on the planet, dude. Like, let's be honest about it. Rappers don't care about anything but themselves.
Yeah.
Don't.
My wife
is
like, gets hits up and she goes, "Do you know who this is? Do you know who this is?" You have them as a friend. I'm like, I have no idea who that is.
Because they see it, dude. How many times? Listen, there's been times when an artist moves from Alabama. There was one artist moved from Alabama to California, and he said, "Hey, how do I get on a hip hop show?" Somebody said, "Talk to Young Baka." He added me. We had no mutual friends in common. He added me, and then he said, "Shout out to Young Baka. Thanks for whatever helping me out." The next 2 hours, he had like 100 mutual friends. It's just they jump on what you're doing,
and that's the way that's the way Twitter's supposed to work, and that's the way Instagram's supposed to be. Hey, so provoked.
That's why
I got interview. Go check it out. Wake the fuck up.
You gotta be worried about who you get involved in that though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Christmas dinner with my family, and you have your whole family tagged. Listen,
that's why I tell people like my Instagram and Twitter are solely business. Facebook is the only one because I got my mom, I got my grandma who want to see pictures of the kids. It's easier that 100%. Way. But Instagram and Twitter are solely my wife. How come you didn't put nothing on Instagram about the baby? You didn't. It's like, no.
You gotta protect your people, man. And
but I just telling you, I got the vibe first. And and it was always in the back of my head. And it wasn't until Two Mix said, like, "Yo, you've had someone." I'm thinking, like, "Yo,
and I think that's just him stirring up controversy."
Oh, you think so?
100%.
All right, I could be wrong.
Who do you think is gay?
But I'll tell you, but I don't think I should though, because I think it's wrong.
No, I
think because
it's innocent, it's guilty until proven innocent. You
exactly, and
you can say Slum the Resident's gay, and then they're gonna say, "Yo, Slum the Resident's gay."
Even if he is, he might not want it put out
you
there.
You really think Slum is gay?
No, I don't think so.
Damn, that's fucked up.
He might not want it out there, and it's not my place.
And it's not your place to do it, dude. It's not your place.
But I'll tell you off air.
All right, cool. Just you got to protect your people, man. You got to protect your family, and you're an artist. You put yourself out there for everyone to see. Mm-hmm. You don't want to. How much times do you see rappers or actors? They've been married for 10 years and nobody knows about it. Dude, DJ Khaled's been married for 11 years.
Khaled?
DJ Khaled. You know who Khaled is? You don't know who DJ Khaled is?
Oh, I know DJ Khaled.
Damn, man. He's been married for 11 years.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah. And they said, why is your wife more in the public eye? He said, I don't want my wife to be friends with all these rappers. I don't want her involved in this lifestyle. This is work. I come to work, I do my thing, and then I go home.
Did you hear?
That's how it should be.
Have you seen that bit of where Logic talks about the people he fucks with? It's great. I'll show it to you. It's great. But so they're asking Logic, like, yo, so who in hip hop are you like working with? Combined? He goes, no one. He goes, I don't fuck with no one.
Oh, yeah. He's like, I stay by myself.
I stay by myself.
Alone.
I go home because I fucks with like nobody.
That's bullshit.
Like no one. Trust me.
That's bullshit.
But he's just saying like, I do.
That's him trying to appeal to the 12 and 11, 13-year-old kids that feel like they're all by themselves.
So bad. I'm so bad. I can do this by myself. I don't need no one's help.
But it's just like I'm so lonely and I'm doing this by myself.
No.
That's how it approaches.
I think he was thinking of like, I'm doing all this by myself. No help, no one here. This is me.
Logic's done it by himself a majority of the time.
Yeah.
He's been independent from the jump, you know? Nobody's really giving him a cosign. He's just been rocking, building new fans. That's how it should be.
That's what's up. So yeah, it was just, I just think.
You never caught, so you want to talk to a gay MC and see what he believes.
I want to see.
Who are we to say that you're not allowed to do hip hop because you're gay?
That's what I'm saying. I'm here to give him a place to talk. Like, I want to know, because if they're contributing and they're working into something hip hop, now I don't want to have them on.
I've been trying to get Wake the Flock up for years. Why does this dude get on just because he's gay? Why is that fair?
I will not have you on just because you are gay. Like, that's not it. If you send me some links, I'll check them out. And he's someone that, again, first and foremost is putting hip hop in the frontier. And dude, I'm not saying I want someone that's their thing. That's their gimmick. Hey,
Listen,
I'm gay.
If you're a gay man in hip hop, that's going to be a thing. That's just a freaking bottom line. That's going to be a thing if you're a gay man in hip hop.
There was one that tried to come out, and you might not remember him. His name was Homo Thug.
I don't remember that. Is that seriously something?
That was his name.
Back in the day, or?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was like 2000.
When'd you stop going by that?
His name was Homo Thug, and he tried to convey it as a thug that was gay. And that was for a little bit. For a little bit, that was that.
I don't believe that.
I'll Google it for you. Yeah, dude. It didn't last long. I mean, but I don't think he was that good.
Michael, I think his name, Michael Smith. He was drafted by the St. Louis Rams, first openly gay college football player. He wasn't the best defensive lineman on his team. Yeah. He wasn't even the second best defensive lineman on his team.
Why do you think he was drafted?
He got drafted because in college he came out as being openly gay. On draft night, he got selected by the St. Louis Rams. He kissed his boyfriend.
Yeah.
They had the camera on him. He kissed his boyfriend the minute he got drafted.
Yeah.
That's why he got put on. He's not in the league anymore because he's not that good. So Jason Collins came out as a gay man.
But what does the fucking football team want?
It's good. Listen, it's still a business. It's football team. It's still
a
business.
Good promotion?
They still want media. They still want all eyes on the St. Louis Rams. Hey, we're having an 8-8 season. We're going to draft this gay defensive lineman. It's going to be a lot more eyes on us. They're going to tune in to St. Louis versus Dallas just because of this gay defensive lineman.
This is what I'm talking about.
We're going to sell jerseys.
Think about that in a hip hop perspective. The gimmick.
But there's always gimmicks in there.
If there's no substance behind you, if there's no like actual skill that's there, present, growing, maneuvering, if you're not as an artist delivering art or delivering whatever you promise, whether it be fucking tackles or it be good song, that has to be accounted for something. You can't just be like, yo, this cat. It has a good song or has a good topic.
But you could be a rapper that just makes club songs, though. That could be your niche.
Yeah.
You could do that. There's nothing wrong with that.
If you're not hurting the culture,
there isn't anything wrong with Future making club tracks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There isn't anything wrong with that.
But then he shouldn't be brought up in the mixture with the names of other cats.
Nobody brings him up as the best lyricist. Nobody says he's you can say he's the hottest rapper out because that's just the honest truth, though. You know what I'm saying? Probably has 6 number 1 records this year. He's doing really good for himself.
Is that hip hop? Is that hip hop, or is he making is that his own style? Is that his own lane of music? Why is it hip hop?
Why isn't it hip hop?
If we're talking to hip hop and because there's certain things that categorize a song as hip hop song to begin with. Otherwise, you could say it's country or metal or whatever. There's a certain thing. Is it just hip hop because it's rhyming words?
listen, if Nelly comes out, Nelly's a bad example because he did. He came out, he was making country songs.
He
you know
did
what I'm saying?
with Toby Keith.
Yeah, but they still had it on the hip hop channel.
On the country channel.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying,
they still categorize it as hip hop. It wasn't hip hop.
I'll give you an example. That
was a good song. It was a good song. It was a good song. Yeah. For what it is, it's a good song. I'm not saying it's going out. It's a good catchy song.
I'll give you an example.
It's a good catchy
It's like when
song.
I buy rice and it says Mexican rice, and I look at why is this Mexican rice? Because it's spicy, or because it has certain vegetables in it, and I'm just like, yo, this is not making Mexican rice just because you label it and it has
Have you seen the Hispanic section at grocery stores? Like at Fonz, they have a,
but at least those are Hispanic products.
What?
It'll be things that only.
It's like beans.
Dude, only a Hispanic person would know what that little jar of brown thing is. A white Russian would have no idea what that is. A Hispanic comes looking for it.
But I never see like Armenian section. I never see anything else. It's always Hispanic section.
It's called multicultural? No, what do they call it?
I see Hispanic section. That's all I see.
Hispanics?
Yeah,
Hispanics?
Hispanic
Where you live in LA? Everything's Hispanic section. Where are you going shopping that it's broken down as that?
They say Hispanic section.
You go into the pavilions or some shit?
Yeah, I don't go nowhere. I go to a liquor store.
Where you buy your groceries at, Bucky?
I don't buy groceries. No, I go to the liquor store.
You got to buy eggs.
I buy eggs at the liquor store.
You got to buy bread.
I buy bread at the liquor
store.
Milk.
You don't buy like meat, like ham or turkey or steak.
I don't buy nothing. I ain't buying a steak.
What are you eating?
I eat eggs, cereal, and whatever I get my hands on.
What are you feeding this man? It's ridiculous. I love how I went to your house and then I saw the sign that said no McDonald's on the door.
Yeah. I'm trying not to eat McDonald's, man.
That's what's up.
But
dude,
listen, everywhere I live,
you don't have the posters no more.
Nah, it's just.
It's like 20 posters all over your house.
It got too much. It got
it
too
was
much.
a whole wall.
Yeah, it was just too much.
You should dedicate a wall.
I got one post. I got one post up right now. Mm-hmm. It says email daylight. Email daylight every day until he responds.
And
we're gonna do it. We the West.
That's what's
We the
up.
West in February. Daylight.
You want daylight?
Daylight makes good music, man.
I think I can get. Oh, dude, I can for sure at least get. Oh, you have his email.
Yeah,
you have his contact
done.
info. Okay.
You just gotta sign the contract.
So you bugging him.
Man, that's what I gotta do, man. Now I'm gonna take that down. I'm gonna put up the next one. Email so and so.
All right. Well, we'll close it down with this. I need your opinion. Your honest to God opinion. Okay. I contacted. He's not a rapper. He's an actor, and I hit him up, and he hits me back. I'm like, "Yo, big fan. I'd love to have you on the show. Anything we can do to interview you, I'd love to do it."
Andy Dick.
And he hits me back, "Yo, okay, that's good." And he asked me the standards, like, is it live? Where are you at? Where are you located? How many viewers? Do you pay to interview artists? Right?
Yeah. Who was it?
I'll tell you the end of the story. Right. Because I don't want it to judge your. And I go, it's an OC, but we can come to you. We're more than 100% be able to come to you. We have about this audience. We're in all these channels, and we've never paid for an interview before because of their size of audience and our demographic and our reach. We don't. It just never even came up. I told him it's just not a thing that we've ever had to deal with. If we did, what would you expect? I asked him. And he hits me back. He goes, I looked through your website. I listened to a couple of interviews, or I looked through the interviews. It looks like your interviews are about an hour and a half or whatever. I would need some kind of compensation for my time.
Yeah.
I said, okay, you know what? Let me talk to some people, see if we can gather up a figure for you. I'll let you know. My first thought is, fuck you.
Yeah, that's what it should be.
Right?
They wouldn't ask Adam Carolla how much you're going to pay me.
Right.
They wouldn't ask.
They wouldn't ask Sway.
They wouldn't ask Sway.
Right.
They wouldn't say Hot 97 how much you're going to pay
and
me.
I get it. I am not Adam Carolla.
Yeah.
I am not Sway. I'm not there yet. I'm not on that level. I understand. But at the end of the day, it's still you sitting down talking. I'm not asking you to act in a movie. So I'm not asking for your skill set. I'm asking to talk to you. I'm inviting the fact that I can come to you, so you don't even have to travel. And all I want to do is interview you. And he goes, I only do free interviews unless they're part of a press ticket for a movie that we're doing or whatever.
Which makes sense. I mean, you can't.
That I can understand, but why would you charge outside of that anyways?
Who is it?
What's your mentality? What do you think?
I wouldn't pay anybody for an
Yeah,
interview.
I'm not gonna pay him. I just need to know what you thought.
I would just tell him, you know, we have a large enough fan base that we don't pay artists, and if you don't, we just move on, dude.
I'm going to.
I would just do
and
that.
it's not like he's a huge.
What I would say is, I'm sorry, we don't pay people for interviews, and that's it. Just end the conversation.
The only I reached out because I see him in a lot of things. He's Hispanic, so I kind of wanted to.
Was it the dude from Fast and Furious?
So I just wanted to like talk
It has
to
to be.
him.
There's only one Mexican artist. There's only one Mexican actor.
Well, there's like two. There's two. There's a dark skinned one. You know, so I let the one. They were both in Training Day. Remember the one they call Sniper? There's that dark dude. He's in a lot of shit. He's on TV shows and shit.
It was the guy from Fast and Furious, right?
Yeah. His name is Noel G.
Yeah.
And
Noel G.
He
was at B-Side Show when I was on B-Side Show.
Yeah, but dude, I'm sure the beast I didn't pay him. He's been in a lot of fucking movies. Dude, he was on Dark Knight.
Yeah.
He's been in Training
he's the
Day.
You haven't seen that meme? There's a meme where like, please Mexicans get into acting because this
I'm
dude's taking
tired
all
of watching
the work.
these two dudes.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to have him. He's
He's like,
Hispanic.
when
He's
did you speak to
young. On Twitter.
When did you speak to him?
Oh, maybe a day ago or 2 days ago.
He just found God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, all these things that I wanted to bring up and talk, I think that would be a good conversation to have.
Yeah.
Where did you come from? Are you were you a gang member? He wouldn't give me one. He said, whatever you think would be fair, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking, if I want to pay you for gas to get here, bro, like, what do you want from me, dog? Like, I'm not going to give you $300, $500 to show up and talk and get the fuck out of here.
That's why I would just say we don't pay for interviews. That's just the bottom line.
And that's what I explained to him. I told him, it's just not done. You just don't charge people for interviews, and you don't charge people to be interviewed. Like, that's ridiculous.
That's strange that he asked that, because you know the people that
maybe he's hurting.
Nah, he's done so much movies, dude. There's no way.
Doesn't mean he takes care of his money. You could be.
There's no way.
And he's broke as fuck, bro.
The people that ask for stuff like that are people that are new to the game, that they feel like they.
But he's been around a minute.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm shocked that he asked for that, because people that ask for that stuff are new in the game and they feel like this is the way business is done.
Plus, I've interviewed artists that have been in the game, people that, and hey, can you shoot me like $20 for gas to get there, or $50 for this?
I mean, let's be honest. If I'm in LA and I'm coming down to OC to do an hour interview, give me gas. I can respect that.
If you don't have enough money in your tank, I live in Frisco,
like
bro.
taking time out of your day to come down to you, though. You know what I'm saying? If you come to LA, that's different.
Oh, so then I should offer him at least $50?
I wouldn't offer him $50.
See, that's what I'm saying, because he didn't.
But those those artists that I book where I don't feel like you should get paid, but I could pay for your travel. I could pay you $40 for gas. I could pay you $20 for gas.
I would accommodate that.
Yeah.
But he didn't ask for that. He asked for his presence.
Yeah.
Because that's what he asked me for.
Which is different, yeah.
He goes, I need to be compensated as an actor for my time. And I'm like, I'm not asking you to fucking be in my play, bro.
Yeah.
Like
I said, I'm shocked that he would ask that, because the people that ask the people that ask for stuff like that are semi new in the game, and they feel like that's the way things go about. You know, they don't understand the big picture. So I'm shocked that he said that. But
that's what he said.
Hey, just tell him, unfortunately, we don't pay for interviews. We can compensate you for gas, or we can compensate you for travel.
Yeah.
If that's something you're interested in, let me know. Okay. And he's either going to say yes or no.
That's what
I
was told. Baca said no.
You move on to the other Mexican guy.
Yeah.
Listen, when it comes to booking shows, there's 2 million rappers in LA alone.
Yeah.
Listen, this is how we do stuff. We would love to have you on, but if not, we will move on. There's 2 million rappers, and there's 1 million talented rappers, dude. There's so much talent out there, and there's so much talent that's never going to be heard.
Yeah.
You're never going to be able to get your name up there.
You ever heard any of Presidential Smoke shit?
Yeah.
He's dope.
Yeah, he's really dope.
Maybe Smoke go back years, dude.
Like, you guys did the same type of shows?
Way back, dude. Way back. He was on one of the first shows I ever did, like 4 or 5 years ago. Like, we go back, and we've done a couple things before. And I love his mom. Shout out, she's a cancer survivor. He's really good, dude. You'll be good to build with that dude.
Yeah, he's really good. I see him all the time. It's like we run into each other all the time. You know?
And fine, but I haven't seen him on any other shows yet.
Yeah, we just never done it, man. It just happens to work out this way.
So downstairs is looking good.
We'll see how it goes. Outside.
That looks dope, man.
Outside.
I'm with that.
Gotta listen, man. David versus Goliath. That's Young Baka Productions. David, with David, we're trying to take down Goliath.
Who's Goliath?
Man.
There's got to be a Goliath.
Golden Voice and Live Nation of Goliath.
The Oscar de la Hoya shit.
Huh?
Oscar de la Hoya shit.
Yeah. We gotta do it, man. We gotta do it.
Who runs that?
What?
Golden Voice.
It's a company. It's $1 million company. Live Nation made $9 billion last year. They sold $9 billion.
How many billions Bachman?
$9 billion worth of tickets last year.
Damn, son.
But
they're charging crazy for their tickets too.
They did 22,000 shows.
Yeah, but they're not charging $10 for the tickets.
Well, there's some shows they charge $10.
Really?
Yeah. But you do 20,000 shows in 1 year, it's a little different.
But that's an army of people, right?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Is that where Young Bach is going?
Yeah. They have an office right on Rodeo Drive, man.
Live Nation?
Yeah, we want to do it.
Young Bach Productions.
There's no reason we can't, man. If
Young Bach Productions presents.
If next man makes
Eminem.
$1 million, yeah, we can do it, man. If one man makes $1 million, no
Jay-Z opening up.
100%. I think Eminem would open up for Jay-Z.
You think so?
Well, did you know they had a concert where they did Detroit and they did New York, and it was just them two. It was awesome. They did Yankee Stadium.
Who opened for who? How did it work?
I think in New York probably Jay went second, and in Detroit M went second probably.
All just to give them the courtesy of the.
Yeah, and then there was a lot of time when they on the stage together.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do they have various songs like that? I know they got Renegade.
I think they have Renegade. That's it.
Yeah.
But M does his thing and Jay's chilling.
But those are two. You think those are two different crowds?
No.
Same crowd?
It's the same.
Jay-Z fan, you're an Eminem fan?
It's the same 35-year-old white man. Same crowd. That's just honest.
Because maybe those are the ones with money to
That's
go
honest,
see. Because a Jay show's got to be expensive.
Yeah.
100 plus, right? To get in at least.
Depends where you at. Depends how big the venue is. Depends, Plus, you never just see just the Jay show.
Really?
Unless it's something special. Like they had Jay and Justin Timberlake at the Rose Bowl. They had Eminem and Rihanna at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, you never really see Jay-Z just by himself.
Why?
He just doesn't go on tours that he doesn't.
He's not touring, dude, right? Him and M?
Yeah, him and M don't do it.
His cells don't need him. He don't need him.
Yeah. So,
that's what's up.
I don't
All
know,
right.
man.
Well, cool.
We out.
We excited. 2016 is our year, bro.
Let's do it.
We're gonna kill it. We're gonna kill it.
I hate when people say that though.
Why?
I hate when people say this is my year.
Because he's jinxing it.
Yeah, it's just a cliche thing to say.
Okay.
We working.
Well,
you seen Curtis King? You follow Curtis King on Facebook?
See who?
Curtis King.
Yeah. What about him?
You follow him on Facebook?
He's good.
You've been seeing the videos that he's been doing lately?
Yeah.
Funniest things I've ever seen.
Yeah,
man.
dude. He's a super talented dude.
Super funny too, man.
Dude, he had a show called Can It Be Chopped?
Oh yeah.
And where he worked is he would just take obscured samples. He did like a 40 soap commercial, and he made a beat out of the sample.
That's
He
dope,
just
man.
and in front of you in the video, cranked it and then he done it, clean soap, clean whatever it was, and he made a beat in front of you.
Man, he's huge, but he's like super funny.
Yeah.
Super talented. I just want to give a shout out to him because he's really doing it right now.
Shout out
man.
Curtis King.
Yeah, man.
Love to have Curtis King on. We've talked about it for a couple of times. Just can't get the dates right.
Yeah, he wants to be compensated for his time.
I don't know. I don't remember.
It was a joke. I'm sure.
I doubt it.
No, it was a joke. All right, man. I gotta go. Let's do this.
Noel G.
Each one teach one.
We still don't have a sign out.
That's all right.